trained several guides. I think in total there were 8, but there are 3 working now at the moment. So I'm back here because the tour is so successful. So there are a lot of tourists coming and they need more guides. So that's good.
And so I was saying, well, as I think I recall, there's about 10,000 farmers that are part of this cooperative.
Yeah, 8,000.
8,000.
Yeah.
And they're all over the country.
Yes, they're all over the country. They are divided in bloques, and this is block number 3. ¿Cuántos bloques hay? 8. There are 8. Yeah.
And it's very decentralized and it operates very democratically. So there's like all this process and what they elect representatives and they, so it's like, I can't believe that they operate like that it's like so amazing to me.
Are there farmers, cocoa farmers that don't belong to the cooperative here?
También hay campesinos que no son parte del bloque.
Sí, hay mucho.
Porque hay 8,000 que son miembros.
8.500 miembros
Sí.
y hay alrededor de 3.000 que son indirectos.
There are 3,000 that are like they are not members.
Is there a fee to join? Do you have to pay to join?
¿Ellos tienen que pagar para ser miembros del bloque?
No. Ellos venden su producto al bloque, simplemente no son miembros porque no cumplen con las reglas que se requiere para hacer que la organización pide para ellos pertenecer.
¿Y qué son las reglas? ¿Puede dar un ejemplo?
Sí, porque sabes que nosotros como orgánicos no usamos lo que es nada de herbicida y la mayoría de ellos no cumplen con eso porque somos orgánicos totalmente.
But they have some rules that they're all organic, so all members have to be organic. So there are some like 3,000 direct. They do sell, but they sell less quantity and they don't sell organic. So they all have to be yeah, they have to have several standards to be a member.
And I think one of the things about Fair Trade is that over time they increase the standards and quality so that it's sort of an ongoing, continuing improvement process.
Ustedes también reciben capacitaciones para mejorar la calidad, ¿no? They also receive like trainings to improve the quality of the cacao.
Who does the training?
¿Quién hace esas capacitaciones? ¿Es un miembro del bloque?
Los mismos miembros del bloque, ellos guardan siempre unas reservas, como decimos nosotros. También hay ayuda internacionales que nos dan prestación.
So they, from the premium they got from Fair Trade, they have reserved some money to do these trainings, and there are members from the block itself that they give the training, but there are also there's also international aid, so sometimes they come from international organizations.
So look, there was a sign we saw for FLO, F-L-O, so that's the Fair Trade certification organization.
Yes.
So I guess they come out and certify Fair Trade.
Yeah.
Who sets the price for the cocoa?
¿Quién da el precio del cacao?
El comercio justo.
No, pero en el mundo.
No, porque las compañías, tú sabes que cada compañía tiene su precio, pero nosotros como internacional vendemos lo que es el comercio justo. El comercio justo es el precio.
Sí, pero ese es un precio mínimo que ellos garantizan. Pero el precio mundial está hecho en la bolsa.
En la bolsa, en la bolsa.
Y hay 2 bolsas en el mundo, ¿no? Sí. There, the world price for the cocoa, it's on the market. How you said the stock market?
Yeah, it's a market price.
It's a market price, yes.
Right.
And so they are. There's one in London and one in New York. There's the prices changes, but Fair Trade they gives them a minimum price. So they have like a guaranteed price for every ton of cacao. Cocoa? You say cocoa in English, isn't it? Yeah. So they they have a certain minimum price. That's also one of the guarantees Fair Trade gives them.
Well,
Yeah.
they either get there's a fair trade price that's a minimum. So if the market price is below the minimum, they get paid fair trade. But
Yeah.
I think the market price now is way above what the fair trade price is.
Perhaps you know. ¿Usted sabe qué es el precio del mercado mundial y el precio del flow en este momento?
No, en este momento no, porque tú sabes que varía,
Sí.
se sube la bolsa.
Sí,
En este momento no los tengo.
porque el señor me dijo que el precio de la bolsa ahora es más alto
Sí,
que el
no.
precio del flow.
Sí.
Ese sí es. Y ustedes reciben el precio de la bolsa, ¿no? Yes. Now at the moment the price from the market is higher than the fair trade price, so then they receive the market price, the higher price, but only when because it's fluctuating a lot, so it's going up and down.
Yeah.
So they also.
So I think what the fair trade price includes the price of production, essentially your costs, plus a premium that goes to help with community projects, whether it's, and I think that's part of what the co-op does, is they decide where the money goes. So it helps for education, for building bridges.
Yeah, and it's not going only to the farmers, but also to the whole community.
Right,
So
it helps
sometimes
develop the
they get a donation for the school or for a clinic or something like that.
So this allows community to buy directly from these co-ops, and there's no middleman. There's no.
That I don't know how it works.
How long has it been organized this way?
¿Cuánto tiempo Cacao existe ahora? Cacao, they exist since
They
97.
get sold to
I'd like to know for more than 10 years.
Companies all around.
Ustedes venden
I guess
directamente
Unilever
o
for
hay
Ben
un
Jerry's
intermediario
sources it
directamente al extranjero.
for our products. I think Unilever overall doesn't use that much fair trade. We should actually learn more about fair trade. It's much more developed in the UK and in Europe. There's much more demand for it there. I think the awareness of fair trade in places like the UK and Holland is around 80%.
Yeah.
And there's a much more demand for it. In the US, it's maybe somewhere between 20 and 40% awareness of it, and it's not nearly as consumer driven. And Ben & Jerry's in Europe uses much more fair trade products, partly because there's more demand for it, and I think in this country, Ben & Jerry's has an opportunity to take a real leadership role because it's not as developed, and we can really help develop the market for it and be seen as a real leader. So there's a real opportunity. There's this sort of there's logistical issues about sourcing things. Not so much for cocoa because that's very well developed, but sugar, for example, is just getting developed as a fair trade product.
Sugar's not as well developed.
No, so some of the issues are around price, but some are also just around the logistics of sourcing things and getting a good enough supply. But if you wanted to do it, you could do it. Some of it is just the will to do it.
Yeah, and you have to have the consumers as well that bring it on the farm. No, like in Holland, you can buy fair trade products in every supermarket.
Yeah.
We have the regular ones and the fair trade ones.
Start with the user, like then you go out to the market and say, I want to source this in a fair trade, on a fair trade organization, and then these organizations, these co-ops then come together and is it
I think it works in different ways. A part of the issue is that the certifying organizations who certify in different places, there's one in the U.S., there's one in Europe, Max Havelaar, There's FLOW, which stands for something, I don't know what it is. Fair Trade Labeling Organization.
Fair Trade Labeling.
And then within FLOW, FLOW is an umbrella organization. So within each country, there is an organization for FLOW, which is part of this larger group. So it's Fair Trade's only been around maybe 20 years or something, and so it's still getting more organized. And I think once the logistical things are worked out, it will get a lot. Like if Ben & Jerry's wanted to be fair trade globally, we have to work with a whole bunch of different organizations just to make that happen. You can't just plug into one central organization and work for them. You have to work with all these different